Oh, damn it. You were cursed by a witch that anytime you said thick for the rest of your life, it had to be like that.
But it was only that. Like, she did nothing else to fuck your life up.
Yeah. You're like, is that it? And you thought you got off the hook, but then anytime you had to say thick, it was like, oh, shit.
You mean anytime you had to say thick, it was thick. Oh no, I'm crying before the pre-roll.
I think that is the pre-roll. I think now it is.
We made it work, fellas.
Oh, welcome to the Cynical Nerd, episode 5. I don't know what the title is yet. We'll figure it out while we're recording.
Mm-hmm.
With me today, as always, I have Scott and Derek. Scott, how's it going?
I'm doing okay, man.
Ooh, boy.
I have a few retractions to make. We shamelessly shat all over The Haunting of Bly Manor, and in my downtime while I was a sick baby boy this week, I watched it its entirety, and it only sucks half as bad as we gave it credit for. It's not an entire shit show, but Hellstrom can still suck a big fat veiny crystalline log out of Derek Schmeckel.
Derek Schmeckel. Yeah. All right, very good. That was a good intro. And Derek, how are you doing, buddy?
Doing good. I'm ready to talk about this thick log of topics that we have set before us. Ready to talk about shit. That's all I can say.
In a callback to episode 1, I am feeling very Chuckle House right now, so hopefully I can not fuck up too many joke deliveries. We have a lot of stuff to talk about today, guys. Right off the top, our debate results from last week, and the victorious one is myself. And Tom Smallhands. And we got the most votes. So fuck both you guys. Let's move on.
Depends on how you define victory. Really, Scott losing in all the right ways means that I won. That's the only thing that I needed.
I don't know about that.
And I got it. So
I'm willing to bet that out of our droves of followers who took the time to have their voices be heard, most of them probably know what the fuck they were even voting for. They're probably voting for the best, the best Spider-Man film. Or film series.
Just remember that for the next poll, guys, that Scott's calling you all dumb. He's saying you don't know what you're voting for. You have no idea.
If you're one of the 7 people who voted for Tobey Maguire, you are in fact dumb as fuck. You're lucky I don't know how to use an algorithm to figure out who you are, because I would send you all boxes of my own human shit. Just.
We pulled the biggest prank that we pulled on all of you is that we're all in agreement to the actual best Spider-Man is, and that is Miles Morales in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
100%.
So yeah, 100%. Even in a concept
tricked you. We all agree.
Yeah.
The entire episode was a farce. I apologize. It'll never happen again. Just kidding. It's going to happen today. So Tom Smallhands and myself, once again, the most important victors. And right off of the end of that announcement is our first piece of news for the week in review, which is that Tom Smallhands, best Spider-Man, was cast in the Uncharted movie. I read that verbatim, whoever entered that, because it's fucking funny. Tom, I almost call him Smallhands.
Yeah, you did.
Trying to.
You really did.
Tom Holland has been cast as Nathan Drake in the Uncharted movie adaptation that has been kind of brewing for years at this point, like literal years. They were talking about having Mark Wahlberg as Nathan Drake for a while.
Oof.
And now apparently, big oof. And now it's Tom Holland. They have a picture which you can find on the interwebs, and he looks like him. I mean, but what else do you want from a set photo? Is it?
I just want to hear Derek shit all over Tom Smallhands.
No. I wanted you guys to go first. That's it. I wanted to hear what you guys had to say, and then I'm going to say what I have to say.
I'm excited to see what they're going to do with Naughty Dog Tomb Raider on the big screen. Mostly because that
sounds like a real D-list porn. Naughty Dog Tomb Raider.
I mean, all the Tomb Raider movies have been not great. You know what I mean? And this is kind of it's kind of the same vibe, but I feel like Naughty Dog puts a lot more thought into their stories, which has been apparent from the very first entry of Uncharted. So I think it depends on how closely they're working with Sony on the actual script, and it looks cool. Hopefully, it doesn't suck.
Yeah, I mean, I played all the games except for the spin-off game that did not feature Nathan. Well, he might have a cameo. I don't fucking know. I didn't play it. But Nathan Drake, the titular character from the Uncharted series, he's actually a descendant of Sir Francis Drake, which is kind of his into the whole herder, look, I'm an explorer type of thing. The games are pretty.
Is that how you sum up those games?
Yeah, that's how I sell it to everybody. If you would like to get your hands on some herder exploration. But the game is known for what Naughty Dog is known for, which is these giant cinematic set pieces, some cool action. It's pretty fun. Actually, when the fourth one was coming out, I had never beaten the original, so I bought like the trilogy package on PlayStation 3, I think.
Yeah.
And if you just put those games on like the easiest game mode, it's like watching a movie because everything dies. It's not hard, and you get to watch all the cutscenes. It works pretty fucking well.
I've never played through all the way through any of them. Like I've always wanted to actually. The first one has some pretty aged mechanics, and that always turns me off. And I have this weird thing where like I don't want to skip the first one or miss a couple or anything.
Yeah.
So I've like tried some of the other ones just to see how their mechanics are, and they seem pretty good. I have nothing bad to say about those games, and frankly, I have nothing bad to say about Tom Holland being cast as Nathan Drake.
You've come a long way.
I don't know. Yeah, defeat has humbled me. No, I don't know enough about Nathan to say that Tom Holland couldn't do it. All I can tell is he looks a little young to play him. I always saw Nathan as maybe like mid-30s or something, but I don't think that automatically like cards him out from being able to do a convincing thing. So. Yeah. The other thing is I can't get excited for any video game movie, so like I'm still kind of fair, in the red here. But like I mean,
the fucking track record is not good.
Yeah,
let's just put it that way.
No. Yeah. But just in a vacuum, I don't hate it.
Unless you like seeing Dennis Hopper snort fungus for an entire movie and being attacked by reptilian people.
All right,
I do. That movie was not bad. All right, when you just take away the way you think about things, it's not that bad. All right? Again, in a vacuum, enjoyable movie.
I would 100% watch that one for the Patreon.
Oh my God, yes.
In a vacuum is where that movie belongs because someone should have stomped all the discs into dust and then sucked it the fuck up with a dirt devil.
I mean, from what I understand, this is supposed to be like a younger version of Nathan Drake. This is supposed to be like a prequel to the games, kind of explaining like how he became the great explorer. So we're going to see a younger Nathan Drake who's making mistakes, very much in the vein of every role Tom Holland plays. I know we've heard it.
Oh, now you shit on Tom Holland. Okay.
You got to play the hands you're dealt, man. He is a young guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm down for that, if for only because that means they're not trying to just take the plot of game number 1 and turn it into a movie. Because
that's as someone who's
right. I mean, nods to things in the games are fine, but when you know, like, why would I saw that movie? It was in the game.
Yeah,
I saw. You know, it was probably way better done, and it was way more interactive. So it took way longer. Yeah.
I don't ever just not to like get too sidetracked here, but I don't ever mind when you take an adaptation and you take the sort of soul of characters and soul of the story and do something new with it. I don't think things need to be an exact like, you know, this column to that column representation. It's sometimes when you take it from one medium to the next, it's fucking terrible. Yeah. So I don't really see. I don't know. I don't see it as a bad thing.
I mean, like when you see like movies like Super Mario Brothers that we shat all over last week that we will continue to shit on in the near future and for days and years and weeks and
right.
You know, just
till death do us part.
Turtles all the way down, forever and ever. God, it's just back then they didn't have a cohesive narrative. They didn't have like a real story to the games, which is why you get this weird shit that makes no fucking sense. It's like it was just a couple of sweaty dudes coked out of their minds in a writer's room for like probably a weekend or a week and a half. But now you see like better storytelling within games, like where it has that cinematic quality, the character development's there. You don't really have to do a lot. So translating that from one medium to the other is literally just copy paste. There's no value in it.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, and coked out scripts are at least just a great train wreck to watch. You know what I mean?
It's the best part of like 90s cinema. Yeah, like
there's a lot of gems in the 90s, and by gems I mean
Snake Eyes. You know, Snake Eyes wasn't a coke bench. You know what I mean? Like Wild Things. That was two dudes who hated their wives who just wanted to have Denise Richards make out with Nev Campbell. That's what that entire movie exists for.
And they nailed it. They achieved what they set out to do, and we all benefited from it.
Which was softcore pornography. So we did kind of a weird segment where we wanted to talk about the results of the Spider-Man debate and then use that to springboard off and to talk about Tom Holland. But now, before we get to the rest of the news, we have something we would like to announce. We talked about it earlier in the week. I actually moved one of my streams for it. But we've set up our Patreon account. We've had people ask about it, and by people I mean Fids. And
we love you, Fids.
So the Patreon is set up. It's patreon.com/thecynicalnerd. And the first piece of content has been posted, which is a watch-along. The three of us watching the original Witches film from the 1990s. Actually, from 1990. I did that last week, too. That stars Angelica Houston. Rowan Atkinson, a.k.a. Mr. Bean, is in it. Also, I think he gets butt in the movie.
Gaze upon him.
We're all in agreement. He got butt, right?
Oh, yeah.
He got some butt. He got
totally
deep in
that
there, too.
Yeah.
He got like dirty maid butt.
Yeah,
I don't know
took it straight down to the hilt, the whole 9.
Hilt deep. So we watched that. It was a fucking blast. Like, I can't wait to do another one. We all had alcohol. We were riffing the whole time. If you are interested in getting that, we only have one tier up right now. It's $5 a month. But look, the podcast is always going to be free. Even if we're lucky enough to put ads in it, we'll put the podcast up ad free on Patreon for those people. And we're only going to get more and more content. Our goal right now is to have up one piece of additional content a week. So either a watch along or a debate or something like that. And of course, reach out to us on Twitter, hashtag AskTCN, to ask us a question or give us a suggestion. You can email us at questions@thecynicalnerd.com. You can Facebook message us. Whatever you want to do. Just get that over.
Anyway,
you can message Derek personally.
Yeah.
Show up at my door.
You could scrawl a crude note in blood and feces and just nail it to his front door.
Yeah, I'm actually leaving like little hints of what my address is throughout every episode so you have to go back and listen to the old ones too to figure out what it is, and then you can just show up, you can kill me, and then just leave your message. Something.
Yeah, keep going. There's a cipher you can download at 23.com.
No, like when you kill him, there's a tattoo around the outer rim of his butthole that you can use to decipher all the messages he has scrawled in blood in the notebook in his desk.
Yeah, this is a passing of the mantle of the Zodiac Killer. Like, once you get me, you'll be the Zodiac Killer. It's just sort of something, just keeps going.
He didn't get the mantle by killing people, but to find out how he got the mantle, you have to see the butthole tattoo. So, yeah. I mean, it's kind of a win-win.
Yeah.
Plus, you get to see my butthole. Yeah. Sorry.
Maybe we throw that on the Patreon.
No, that's the OnlyFans.
Okay, yeah.
Coming soon.
Oh, yeah, we did discuss today that when we reach our first monthly goal for subscribers on our Patreon, I will write vivid, just rich, deep lore about me banging not only Derek's mom in a one-on-one romantic evening,
right?
But just a visceral encounter with Chris's mom as well, and I will read it to them live.
I don't like that you said that just in front of my mom. But just a visceral encounter with Chris's mom.
Yeah, I would only ask that you just treat her right. Make sure she's taken care of fully.
Yeah, you know.
But I would then read the fan fiction live for the Patreon members as well as Chris and Derek for the first time. A romantic evening with Derek's mother and just back alley fuckfest with Chris's
mom. Her name is Grandma Gloom. Please.
Oh no,
Granny Gloom.
Someday.
That's the only way I'm going to do it, too. I'd have to be like...
Someday, when I'm no longer on this earth, someone's going to be like, oh, and he made so much content. He liked to produce. He was on Twitch, and he liked to do podcasts. And look, your kids have all these archives of you recording videos, and oh my God, they're talking about your grandmother.
It's got to be like...
That's going to be what's unearthed by her historians hundreds of years from now.
Fucking, like fucking romance novel with Fabio on the cover for Derek's mom. Like, it's just like I sweep her off her feet and we fall in love and we vacation in like the Isles of Greece and we learn about our bodies.
She's always wanted to go.
Yeah. But your mom and me like at a strip
just smut porn, just like awful. She has a bag over her head. You're fucking pouring gasoline on her face.
Oh no, she's such a nice lady. You've killed both me and Scott. But yeah, so what we got off on that tangent, we have a Patreon up now.
Yeah, there's no waterboarding on the Patreon. Don't worry. Just forget that whole gasoline
Patreon?
Thing. Put it in. Did I?
You just said Patreon. Patreon's where we store cookies. They're $5 every month.
Oh my god.
Oh Jesus! So yeah, so we watched the entire Witches film. It was, like I said earlier, it was a fucking really good time. I would like to think there were some killer jokes in there. So if you're interested in that, it's there for additional content. If you're not interested in that, that's fine. You stick right here, hang out with us. We'll treat you right. I'll fuck your mom, nasty or nice.
We're not gonna fuck your mom.
He's the only
one.
Yeah.
Well, Scott. Well, we won't. But Scott might.
Tell her to get in line, boys.
We have another piece of news here, getting back into the swing of things for the week in review. This is just a real quick one-off. The Batman had a little news article came out, said they're using virtual production techniques for some scenes. So virtual production techniques are the same things they're using on The Mandalorian, and it looks really to be like it's going to be the technology that sort of replaces traditional green screen in a lot of films, and that gets me really excited, and it's really the only reason I brought it up is because, you know, one, it ties into Mandalorian, which we will be talking about next week, and I can't fucking wait.
Oh my god, yes.
Episode 1, Season 2 will be out, and we also have the new look to talk about later on in the episode. But that stagecraft shit, that LED stagecraft stuff is really fucking cool. And it's one of those things that I'm not normally the guy that watches behind the scenes stuff on like, you know, bonus content and Blu-rays and stuff, but I watched all of it for The Mandalorian because it's super interesting how they fucking shot it. Yeah. Did you see that?
I did. And, you know, when you linked that about Batman, I had watched the video, of course, that was about Mandalorian and comparing it to the green screen in Endgame. And I didn't know that technology, like, I didn't know that that's what they used. And I couldn't be more excited for it. My issue with green screen, I'm not taking this as an opportunity to shit talk the MCU, don't worry. With all green screen is that, you know, when you're adding all that shit in months later and they're basically in just like a green cube, right, they can't interact with stuff around them. So that's what makes it look lifeless. And of course it's gotten way, way, way better over time.
Right.
But the fact that they're basically in this dome where like those images, they can see them, it really shows. And I'd always wondered what it was about The Mandalorian because I just had assumed that it was green screen this whole time. And I didn't know what it was about it that had made it look so much better than green screens in other movies. And it turns out, well, that's what it is. Rather than having, like, they're just being told by the director what's going around them and they have to, like, act to that the best they can, and then the animators then have to compensate for whatever the fuck they're doing. It's happening in real time. And I don't know. I think it's a fucking awesome technology. I had no idea that even existed. And so basically what it is they have, you know, an LED screen all around them, so the image is being projected on them in real time, and even when the camera is moving, it's reacting to that in real time. Did I understand that correctly? Like,
yeah, the perspective is tied to like literally like a GPU, or that's a simple way to say it, but like a farm of GPUs. So the camera is, whenever it changes, it's almost like parallax for 3D stuff. Like the different angle you're looking at it, the way it'll look a little different depending on the angle you're looking at. It's really fucking cool. Obviously, lighting is always a huge problem in green screen sets, because if you don't match the lighting, then the shit looks fake, right? So in these, they're literally surrounded by LED walls that have the color palette that's going to be on it. They don't have to do additional lighting beyond what they would do to light a scene. And, you know, like you were saying, they can literally build, like, there's a couple shots from Mandalorian where there's like the entrance to the Razor Crest, but the rest of the Razor Crest is part of the background.
Yeah.
So there's a physical thing for them to walk up, but the rest of it's fake. It saves on, like, you know, on-set production costs and shit like that, and helps it to, I mean, we've talked about this before, but the season 1 look of Mandalorian was really good. And even on top of that, they're getting more money for season 2. So, you know, if they can make it look that fucking good with a smaller budget, that's incredibly impressive. And Scott, if you have anything to add about that, I'm going to go turn off my AC unit because I forgot to.
Take it away, Scott.
I mean, you guys basically said it all, man. I think it's great for a lot of reasons. You know, like, but obviously right now with everything going on with COVID-19, this is probably going to be a step in the right direction for them getting their production back on track as well. You know, they lost a lot of weeks with not only, I think, the crew coming down with COVID, but Patton himself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Pattinson coming down with COVID-19 himself. So anything that's going to help them streamline productions, have it be as risk free for the actors and the people on set as possible. Smaller the crews, unfortunately, right now the better. And technology like this, you don't have to travel. You know what I mean? That there's no one.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's one of the things featured in the article was that it's like basically you're not doing all this cross contamination by taking all these actors to like different areas of the world, because you can just bring those areas of the world, not to put it in the most corny way possible, but to that room. So that that's another big part. It also saves on set production. So
that's not corny, bro. You just want to make the world smaller.
I feel like you just quoted the Reading Rainbow to me.
Well, that's actually was it Man of Steel, right? Just make it small. The world's so big, Mom.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw it one time and never felt the need to ever watch it again. So
it's underrated. You shut up, you dirty bitch. The next piece of news. Oh boy, the next two pieces of news. I'm very excited to hear. Scott in particular shit all over, and also Derek shit all over. So, Avatar 2 and apparently 3 and 4 is still fucking happening. I mean, when did Avatar fucking come out? Like, who is clamoring for this? I don't understand. I mean, look, I get it. The first one made boatloads of, like, literally could fill the Titanic. Also, another James Cameron reference.
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
Money. But I mean, I guess that's it, right? The first one made so much money that they feel fucking compelled to do another one because they think it might strike gold again.
It's going to, but for all the wrong reasons. It's going to it's and like James Cameron wants to make his Star Wars. It's so fucking apparent. Like the critical success of Avatar was, I mean, it was visually it was incredible. Like he implemented a whole bunch of new like on-set practical effects mixed with the CGI that hadn't been done yet at that time. It was also shot in IMAX and in 3D, which at the time it was one of the first 3D movies that I'd seen in my entire life at an actual fucking movie theater. It was kind of what sparked the revitalization of, whether it's a gimmick or not, the 3D movie. You know what I mean? We debated all day. Some of them are brilliant, some of them are really fun, and it's like you're actually in the movie, and some of them it's just like an eyeball flies out of someone's fucking forehead. You know,
there's like 3 3D scenes, and then it's done.
Yeah,
it's like really? I paid $5 extra for this? Seriously?
Yeah. I'm talking to you, Friday the 13th, Part 3. You know the fucking scene, the fucking spear gun.
Yeah, the one with the eyeball.
Yeah. the only one that I remember. No, but I think it's a no-brainer for him because he's at the point now where he's old. He probably doesn't have any good ideas left besides whatever the fuck he's doing with the Na'vi. Honestly, like the first.
I mean, let's be real. Even the original Avatar wasn't a good idea. He's basically made Pocahontas in space.
Yeah,
James Cameron just knows how to market a movie, and that dude knows how to make money. I mean, he's had 2 of his films have been, at the time of their release, the highest grossing films of all time, Titanic and then Avatar. He also did Terminator 1 and 2, and they were incredible, so I'm not shitting on James Cameron. He's excellent. But Avatar is this weird, like, enigmatic film where, like, everybody saw it and nobody remembers anyone's name. Like, what really happened in that movie that you don't know because you saw Pocahontas before you saw that movie? Like, that's
or Fern Gully, because it's basically a mashup.
Yeah,
of
it really is Fern Gully too, though.
Fern Gully meets Pocahontas.
Only Tim Curry probably couldn't have even saved fucking Avatar. You know what I mean? Like,
but I think like at the time that it released, where we were with green screen technology, we were amazed by it then. But I disagree with it being a marvel to this day. Like, I don't know. Right on the heels of what we were just talking about, everybody seems so detached from every scene. It's like you're just watching a cartoon at some point, but there's a real person in every shot, and it's so like jarring. I think it looks bad. I mean, I think the only angle he could possibly do to really make it like outdo, at the box office, outdo Endgame is do something even further with that. But I have a feeling it's just going to be the same thing, like just continuing storylines with people we didn't care about to begin with. And now it's been, 10 years, 12 years? I have no idea what year that came out.
I don't remember.
Long enough to forget everything about it. That's all I know.
Except for unobtainium. You remember that? Remember when they called the so precious resource unobtainium?
Yeah.
So unobtainium, like in science, is like an actual term that they use for like a placeholder item, but it's dumb to actually name a real mineral after that in a movie. Yeah, it was very dumb.
They should have just called it like MacGuffinite or something like that. like
Okay.
like some other bullshit. Like, hey, guess what? We just need something for them to chase. Who's the laziest guy in the fucking writers' room? What do you want to call it? Unobtainium? Great, let's go.
Yeah, and if they wanted the comedic value, they could just call it like cum balls or something. We're here for your cum balls, and you will surrender them.
I just, I don't know. It's unnecessary, but it's gonna make a shitload of money because it's gonna be a cartoon. It's gonna be a cartoon for kids.
Yeah.
Like all the main characters of the first one, I'm pretty sure ended up becoming Na'vi, or at least the main character did.
Yeah, main character did.
I think pretty much everyone else who was human was bad and got murdered. From what I remember.
Yeah.
So it's like it's literally gonna be like if you love Star Wars prequel trilogy, you'll love the Clone Wars. Because now it's all fucking, it's a cartoon, man. It's all fucking animated. We don't have any people left. We killed them all. They're all fucking gone.
And they're not going to hire that dude, Sam Worthington or something, who was an action star for like 4 years and then just disappeared off the face of the earth.
He's been filming Avatar 2, bro.
Oh, right.
This whole time. So they actually they filmed parts 2 and 3 simultaneously. Apparently physical production is wrapped. Yeah. And what that means nothing because the physical production on that is like maybe 5 minutes of the whole fucking
that took
movie.
3.5 weeks. Yeah.
just to give you an idea of how long they're going to need to get this ready. Avatar 2 is scheduled to hit theaters in, get ready boys, December 22nd, 2022.
Yeah.
Over 2 years from now.
All the stuff we don't want is coming before the stuff we've been waiting for a year already. And it's just crazy because, like, I read in the synopsis this one takes place, like, primarily in the ocean. And I remember thinking, like, what's the fucking difference? Like, it's not like you had a fucking wave pool for even a fucking day. You know what I mean? Like, Cameron, like, and that was the thing, like, James Cameron, like, you look at the stuff he's done before, like, recreating that was like, what, like a fucking 500,000 gallon fucking tank to
for Titanic.
Yeah, like if something insane, something beyond that even. But he would like just to have the ship like actually be able to be on cranes basically. They like lower it to have it sink and raise it back up again to shoot different scenes. It was
impressive.
Yeah, you look at something like that, like it's literally groundbreaking practical effects like that had never been done and will never be done again. And then like he kind of did the same thing with Avatar at the time with special effects and with like incorporating. I think he was one of the first people who had like actually like 3D green screen sets where actors could interact in a 3-dimensional like field as opposed to just standing in front of a screen like a dopey dickhead. And like at the time that was groundbreaking too, but now it's like, dude, like it's been like you said like 12, 14 years, something like that. Like what's the point of doing the same movie again now and just changing the environment like it's a fucking Donkey Kong Country level? It's the same fucking thing. I don't care if we're underwater or in the jungle or in the factory. It's the same fucking game. I'm gonna kill some. I'm gonna jump on some monkeys and throw some barrels. I know what I'm doing here.
Yeah, it's a flex for him for sure. It is a flex, but like he used to. I mean, his writing used to be good though, right? Like look at Terminator 1 and 2. They're fucking excellent movies. They're so good and they hold up today. The special effects maybe not so much, but the narrative is still excellent. So at this point, I feel like he like just abandoned making interesting movies. Even Titanic is all right. It's a romance story. I get that, but it's a good romance story. Yeah. There's nothing interesting that happens in Avatar whatsoever. And so I feel like at this point, he's sort of given up on trying to make movies that are narratively interesting.
Are you trying to say the part where he basically hooks up a neural link to a tree and fucks it with his ponytail? That's not riveting? That's not riveting?
It was just really an ode to Rule 34. He was just like giving that to all the Rule 34s.
I feel like we all have a cousin that has a ponytail that would definitely go to like a fest. You know what I mean?
Yes, I actually do.
And potentially tie his ponytail into the bushes. Maybe accidentally, maybe intentionally.
A cousin. I'd do it myself. I'd fuck a bush. My God.
Do you think if you came on that neural link, he couldn't think straight? And he would fuck him up? Like
gunked up with cum, you know? It happens.
You have a cum yeek?
Yeah.
Just because it's at the end of the article, how do we always devolve into cum talk?
It's easy to.
That's the real question. It is an easy
It's the building block of all conversation. Cum.
Yeah.
And also,
this podcast is just verbal bukkake. Is all it is.
Can we make a shirt that says verbal bukkake?
Oh, that's good. That's
Winner.
It's a shame we've already established we can't put cum in the episode titles because that would be yeah.
That's a bridge too far. So
is it a rope bridge, sir?
Ooh, another banger.
Mad thick. Before bringing it back. So Avatar 2. So when this finally hits theaters, December 22nd, 2022, it will have been 13 years since the original. So that's our timeline. The darkest timeline, which is the one we're currently living on and have to wade through on a daily basis. So the actual point of this article, we spent way too much time. Well, it's about the right amount of time shitting on Avatar.
It deserves a lot of time to shit on it.
They announced the name of the bad guy, which is going to be, get ready, it's really groundbreaking, General Ardmore. Don't care.
This movie's just making my existential dread go into like overdrive.
Well, if that's making you feel bad, get ready for the next piece of news. They're going to have a comic book tie-in that will fill the gap between the original film and Avatar 2.
Thank God, because I was wondering how they were going to bridge the gap between those two piles of shit. I really wanted to know what happened in between with all those characters that I forgot about entirely. So thank God.
Yeah, it really is like when you're having a violent, awful shit and you try to wipe and you realize like maybe 30 seconds later, oh, this isn't done yet.
Like, why is there still shit when I keep... Oh, there's still some in there. That's why. That's what Cameron said when he was making Avatar 2. Oh, there's still some shit in there. Okay.
Yeah, but
that comic book is the wipe in between the shit, is what I'm trying to say.
I mean, let's be real here. The cover just looks like a bunch of Smurfs that suffer from gigantism, and they all have like stick weapons and they're about to fucking have a brawl.
Now that you say it, I think Avatar is just the story of the Smurfs. Switch out Smurf berries with unobtainium, you got the same fucking thing.
It's actually a story of the clan of the tribe of Smurfs that all have like an unfortunate genetic disorder, so they've grown way too tall, and I don't know, it's made them savage. I don't know where I'm going with this. All right, enough of shitting on Avatar, only because it's making my brain hurt as well. Next up on the Week in Review news is Thor: Love and Thunder, which is going to be Thor 4, will begin filming in January. We know Natalie Portman's confirmed for it. My teenage crush. Mm-hmm. Trying to escape from that Nexu. And was it Nexu? Was that the name of the creature? I don't fucking know. Episode 2, when she's chained up to the pole in the arena.
Yep.
I have no idea what that thing was called.
A lot of good memories.
You could have said anything whatsoever, and I'd be like, yeah, that's probably what it's called.
When that scene was happening, I wasn't exactly Googling what the creature was called. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I was Googling what I should call my creature. I don't. Okay.
Oh my God.
So if there is an arc, you're welcome. There is an article. Fuck. Whenever Scott gets going, it gets me going because he's got that fucking.
He's got that childlike giggle. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like everything seems so fun and fresh. So in the comic books,
we're all red-faced way too early into this episode, by the way.
I'm not even drunk is the fucked up part.
I always drink coffee during the podcasts, which is why the watch-along probably went 10 times funnier from my perspective, because I was drunk. So in the comic books, there is precedent for what they're doing in Thor: Love and Thunder. Natalie Portman's confirmed to be coming back as Foster, and it looks like she's going to wield Mjolnir and the powers of Thor at some point in the film. In the comic books, they did this in a really interesting way. I'm not sure if you gentlemen are familiar with it, but when she becomes Thor, she gets cancer. She gets diagnosed with cancer. And Thor, Odin's son, Donald Blake himself, gives her the power of Thor, and it's basically like a coping mechanism. Like, she's like in chemotherapy, real sad shit, and then she gets to get the hammer, the Mjolnir, and become Thor and be a superhero. And it's just an interesting juxtaposition of using these superhero powers to kind of cope with cancer and also do some good at the same time. And
so is it like when she has the hammer, like she's basically cancer free, but as soon as she's like not Thorified or whatever, she's back to being a human?
Yeah, I really hope we're not doing the faults in our Thor over here, bro. I can't fucking.
Oh my God.
I can't fucking do it. Like, no.
Is that the title? It's a contender.
That was so good. Jesus Christ.
Thank you.
The faults in our Thor.
Dude, I hope not, dude. Like that is a really interesting story and a really interesting take on an origin story, like especially when it's a new character picking up a familiar mantle. I get why that worked well in the books. That is not at all the vibe that they've been building to with these Thor movies. I don't want to see that at all. I really hope that we don't get anything along those lines. I like the idea of it being like kind of an 80s love triangle between maybe Valkyrie, Jaden, and Thor himself. That kind of seems like what they're hinting at.
Mm-hmm.
But I mostly just don't want to watch Natalie Portman die. I can't do it.
I agree. I think that like Taika Waititi, which he's directing, right? I didn't misread that. Okay. Obviously he's just an incredible director and writer to begin with, but he did Thor Ragnarok, which I loved. It's one of the only MCU movies that I can really say that I loved through and through.
I keep forgetting we have to argue about that.
Yeah. We'll get there. Don't worry. We'll get there. And Thor is one of the only MCU characters that I can say that I love. I mean, there are plenty that I think are good, a lot that I think are bad. But I think Thor was handled super well throughout. I get that this is going to be like a passing of the mantle type thing. I'm ready for that. That's okay. I feel like Waititi can do it better than anyone else could. But I have to side with Scott here that the torrid sort of back and forth having powers and dealing with that, using those powers to deal with the fact that she's been diagnosed with cancer as a human would be kind of weird. I feel like Waititi's films are just fun. Like they're just constant. That's what makes them so enjoyable. The tone is just consistent throughout, and that would be kind of strange. Not that I think it couldn't be done, but I don't know. I wasn't familiar that was the storyline that they were shooting for, so I don't know.
Well, so that's actually what I was going to make a point to clarify. I'm not saying that's what they're going for in the film, and that has not been announced. The only thing we know of the film so far is it's called Love and Thunder. It has Natalie Portman in it. She's going to wield the hammer at some point in some capacity. Jane Foster did become Thor at some point in the comic books, but knowing that they're taking that arc, they would probably take some inspiration from that. They don't always do that. They might not. Who knows? They might keep it super light and funny and not put any of that kind of dark shit in there. But it's just something to bring up and something to pay attention to. The other exciting thing about this film is that Christian Bale is playing the villain. We don't know who yet, but like that's pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Fun fact, they won't even have to put CGI on him because he's so fucking method. He'll just transform himself through cosmetic surgery into a fucking alien. So it's going to be wonderful.
Also, I kind of feel like Thor is one of the best properties they have going for them right now in the MCU. Like especially after Ragnarok and the character's portrayal in Endgame specifically. I wouldn't say that it's going to be necessarily a passing of the mantle because I know he does now have Stormbreaker as well. He could give Mjolnir to Natalie Portman, Jane, and still keep his powers, right?
Right. I also heard, good theory crafting here. I also heard a theory that Stormbreaker would be retired at some point. It kind of shits all over the idea that he would give someone else Mjolnir, so maybe they won't do this, but the handle was made from Groot's arm, and there was a theory going around that he would use Stormbreaker to sort of replant the world tree. And sort of like make a new Asgard, and it would kind of come up from that weapon, which is a neat concept.
That is a pretty neat concept, yeah.
But that would, of course, mean they're either, I don't know, just retiring Thor at some point because he would be back to maybe they'll just make him king of Asgard, and we'll follow someone else, and he'll stay there and be a fucking king and just hang out. I don't know, who knows?
So what are you guys' opinions on? I'm sorry to cut you off. What are you guys' opinions on? We're talking a lot about passing the mantle. So like. How long can we honestly see the same characters before we get bored? And do you think it's better to keep them in sort of a, like I was saying the other day, like a cameo type thing? Or do you actually still want the people? Like I know like Robert Downey Jr. has been tired of Iron Man for years now, and he's kind of ready to
not tired of that fucking money.
He's not tired of the money though. Yeah, exactly.
Not tired of the money. He's got a Scrooge McDuck backball. He swims around in every night.
He might do some flashback scenes after Doolittle, bro. That's all I'm saying. He might have some flashback cameos. They might start a few movies off with him still alive, if you know what I'm saying.
But no, I'm curious what you guys think about it, because on one hand, like I think it could be cringe, like I said, to do this passing of the mantle, fucking mentor type thing for every fucking movie. Yeah. But it might be just as cringy to have someone else take up that spot. So I don't know what you guys think about that.
I am of the opinion that I don't know what the number is. I can't say like 3 films move on. I do definitely think that heroes should be either retired or given new incarnations, or happily ever after if we don't see him anymore at some point. Because take Thor, for example. They're making 4 films. I'm excited to see the 4th film he's been in. He's also been in 4 Avengers team-up films. I'm not tired of seeing him because his arc throughout all these films has been emotionally satisfying.
Yeah.
He's gone through so much loss and pain and the people he's lost. And we're even talking about Thor 2, which is, I think inarguably one of the fucking worst movies in the MCU.
Yeah.
Just one of the worst movies. You could just end it there. It was pretty bad.
And I still like him and that universe and those characters very much, despite that film. But at some point, and again, it's a tough question to answer. It comes down to writing for me. Like, if they're still writing that character with purpose, if they still have a growth arc, he's gone through so much that it's hard to answer. For sure, people like Iron Man, I don't want to see him anymore. I would, if cameos are fine for me. Cameos are a nice nod. But there is definitely a limit, I think.
So that's what I mean. Where you had kind of like stopped off, where you're like talking about what he's lost and whatnot, and then didn't really know what to say. That's what I mean. That's how I feel too. As one of the only characters that I really have fallen in love with, Thor. Like, what else are they going to do with him that's not going to be like just this constant rehashing of old themes, or new themes that really don't matter or like carry any weight whatsoever? And so at some point, it's kind of like, it's time to just sort of drop him off. I guess maybe that's what they're doing with him, with introducing Jane as the new Thor. But I wonder how they're going to do that with the other characters. I think even diehard fans, I can't imagine how they could stay interested after a certain point.
I think it's been proven that Thor works best in team ups. Even Ragnarok, he works best when he has someone else to play off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Otherwise, Thor is too ridiculous of a character. The entire first movie was them playing on a knight from Camelot in modern day, that old trope from 80s.
Fish out of water.
Yeah, the old fucking Martin Lawrence's Black Knight did the same fucking thing. You know what I mean? Oh, this guy doesn't belong here. It's so crazy, and that's a trope that's just not enjoyable. And the second one we all can agree is just Oof Town. Just sour water right there. Just stinky.
Who's the fucking bad guy? Malekith? I don't know. He's a bad elf. Fucking, who cares? Hiddleston's in it.
Yeah.
Those are the two. There's a bad elf and Hiddleston's in it. That's all I remember.
But he did. I thought he was really great in the original Avengers, in and Endgame, Ragnarok, the fucking other one.
That one. Yeah.
Oh, that was the R-rated sequel.
Yeah.
The Avengers, the fucking other one.
Yeah. Avengers Porn Parody 7 was fucking fantastic. He did a bang up job, left, right, up, down.
Nice.
Yeah. I think we're going to see them introducing a lot of new characters now that they have the Fox properties back. I think it's not going to be this cringe passing of the mantle where we have to see the next iteration of Ironheart for Iron Man, or or we're not gonna have to see the successor to Black Widow necessarily. I mean, they're probably still gonna force feed it to us, but we won't need that by the end of Phase 4 because we're gonna have all the seeds planted for the X-Men in one way, shape, or form or another. I think it's gonna be there's so many new characters coming in. They're gonna have so much to work with. They're not gonna need they're not gonna feel the need to continue those stories we've already seen play out with a character we've already grown attached to.
Right.
I think Winter Soldier and Falcon is the closest we're gonna get to seeing that, and maybe Jane Foster as well. Maybe another film after this one if this one does as well as Ragnarok did. I can't see them dragging it out all the way to the end of Phase 6. You know what I mean?
I don't think so either. Oh,
well, here's hoping.
Cat in the background.
What up, kitty?
Yeah. So, all right. That's we're all kind of in agreement. We all love the character of Thor. I mean, like I said, I can't see it going too much further past that. I would assume they're planning to wrap kind of his overall arc up with this film, right? Because Endgame and what he went through in that was basically his road to recovery from the kind of emotional, problems and trauma he had suffered. Yeah. And I think this is really going to be the full circle movie that kind of brings him back to, fighting. What's the word I'm looking for? Fighting shape. That well, emotionally and physically, because
I hope he's thick Thor
melted
forever,
ice
boy.
cream.
thick Thor forever.
I love thick Thor. Oh, you mean thick Thor?
Next up in news, if you guys want to really adopt seasonal depression, is Bruce Willis in a Die Hard commercial.
Oh, Jesus. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, I rewatched it before we started. It's so fucking bad. Oh, dude.
It wouldn't be
Bruce
very
Willis,
hard.
he's been phoning in every movie he's done for 10 years, and somehow he like put even less effort into this. Holy shit. Oh my God. Like how, the other thing is, how much money does fucking Advanced Auto Parts have that they can pay Bruce Willis and whatever studio did fucking Die Hard to make a commercial like this?
He probably didn't get paid much from the looks of the trailer. Like, dude, like, if it was like a 15-second spot during the Super Bowl or like a 20-second spot, it would have killed. But it's just it's too much. It's too long. Like
it's 2 fucking minutes long.
Yeah. You know, I want to buy a Die Hard battery and hook up to the testicles whoever wrote that fucking script. So
I'm sorry, viewers. In case we just jumped right into this horror show that we're in right now. There is an Advanced Auto Parts commercial featuring Bruce Willis as his character John McClane in Die Hard, where he's using a Die Hard battery for his car to. You know, and I'm not going to spoil it. Just go ahead and watch it. Go ahead and watch it, and just let us know what you think.
I was so anxious to get to the shitting on part that I abandoned my host duties of describing what we were shitting on. I just had to blurt out that they actually brought back the guy who played Argyle in the original fucking film. I think his name was Devereaux White, I think is his name. Holy shit, he should probably go to the fucking doctor and get a checkup because he does not look super healthy.
Doesn't look great.
Has he been in anything else? I was too lazy to IMDb him. Like his.
I think he's been in opium dens. Lots of those.
Holy shit!
Fucking nailed it.
Yeah, when you said I haven't IMDb'd him, I'm like, oh, I could do that real quick, and then I'm like, I don't want to. I want to do it.
Yeah, but like,
fire.
Yeah, but like, you're not really 100% sure what his name is, though, are you? Otherwise, you have to go to the Die Hard movie, click on IMDb, and then scroll back like 50 people to find a picture of him now and try to match it to what he looked like when he was younger.
No, it is actually Devereaux White. I looked that up before we did this segment.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing that legwork for us, because nobody else was going to do
worries.
that.
That's what I'm here for, boys. So is it like? Do you think the director Devereaux is spelled very weirdly too? You might just want to Google it.
I'm just going for it.
Bruce Willis went up to the director and he's like, all right, so how do you want me to act on this? And he was like, remember when you did Cop Out with Kevin Smith? And everyone who watched that film could tell how much you fucking hated being there. Why don't we just dial that to 11? And that'll be the commercial. And that's how I want you to fucking act.
You know, what's interesting, we were talking about coked up 90s scripts in the 90s, and now we're talking about what clearly was born of like a cocaine binge in the modern day. Whose idea was this?
How you making out Googling Devereaux White?
I gave up. But
as Bruce Willis should have before finishing filming this commercial.
I didn't think it could possibly get worse than a Good Day to Die Hard, but they proved me wrong with only 2 minutes of roll time this time.
I mean,
I'm proud of you for watching A Good Day to Die Hard. I watched Live Free or Die Hard. I skipped A Good Day to Die Hard.
What I'll say is Live Free or Die Hard had Timothy Olyphant in it, and he's whether you like that movie or not, he's fucking good. Like he's a good Die Hard villain. I feel like he deserves better though. Like maybe he could have been a Bond villain if he hadn't done that movie. You know, like if he hadn't done that movie back then, his career path would be totally different now. Like he wouldn't have even had to do like TV, like Justified. He would have just been like a Bond villain. Maybe I don't know. Maybe like
the Bond writers saw him do that and they were like, absolutely not.
Yeah, we can't have this guy.
Oh fuck! All right,
what's Jeremy Irons
if you got him. Next up in the cycle of week in review is, I'm actually going to read the title that I think Scott put in this document, is Go Go Away Power Rangers.
Yes.
They've announced that Hasbro is developing a Power Rangers feature film reboot. A new report by the Hollywood Reporter reveals that the end of the fucking world, and I'm not okay with this, creators will also oversee both a film and television adaptation. They're making a fucking movie universe for Power Rangers. And I can't even think of like a bad excuse why you would do that, let alone a good excuse. So
yeah,
how do you feel about it, Scott?
It's just unnecessary. Not everything needs to be its own self-contained universe now. Like the original Power Rangers, like everyone talks about with this like just blind nostalgia, and I get it. I had a Megazord when I was a little kid.
Fuck yeah, bro.
I had those action figures where you push on the chest, their heads flipping out. It's kind of grotesque now as an adult when you look at them. You find them at a yard sale, and there's like a clearly traumatized 3-year-old holding it, wondering what the fuck this is. But it was a marketing ploy to sell toys to kids in America that they couldn't sell in Japan. That's all it fucking was. Like you look at the old episodes, and it's very clearly like just these weird Saved by the Bell, like early '90s skits put over like stock footage of some robot fighting show that Bandai had in like probably like the 70s or 80s that didn't do well overseas, just repurposed for the United States. So like it's hard to even give a fuck about any of those characters outside of our boy Tommy and his transition from Green Ranger to White Ranger, which was, if nothing else, an emotional roller coaster. Lord Zed showed up. I remember that shit was on prime time, 8 p.m. I got to watch them fight that giant piranha after school, after my homework was done. What?
You just turned into DMX for a second there. I was like, holy shit. Piranha! Just out of nowhere. Damn. I need that energy all the time. It's not a big enough world. Like no one's gonna care about the other sects of Power Rangers. Like you're gonna try to create like a Green Lantern Corps lore. like what the fuck other stories are there to tell besides about this one group of dumbass kids who do backflips everywhere they go, even though they're all eventually gonna have like a terrible accident. There's no need to backflip down the staircase where you could fucking walk down it like a normal ass person. You're all a bunch of fucking idiots. Like
the original TV show basically had the human version of Bebop and Rocksteady with the two idiots who would always harass them in high school.
Bulk and Skull. Bulk and Skull,
It's almost Bebop and Rocksteady. Okay, yeah. I could care. Derek, do you have any thoughts about this before we just
really, Scott covered it. I mean, like, now they're turning everything into a fucking expanded universe, like everything's connected in some way. Marvel ruined fucking everything, okay? Now everybody's trying to cash in on that because it sells more shit, more fucking narrative mediums. There's something about a comic book in there or something. I mean, it's just... let it die. It was good for what it was when we were 5 and we had no idea what good television was. I just want to preserve it as it is. Let it die. Just let it be dead. That's it.
Sometimes
we're getting that Ivan Ooze origin story we've all been clamoring for since we were 12.
Right. Yeah. You know, we talk about that all the time, right?
Oh, the cum guy.
Oh, you mean Ivan Cum, right?
Yeah.
Ivan Coom.
Ivan Coombs. Fuck.
The secret of the coom. Sometimes
that time the jizz talk was all your fucking fault. You're out here slinging accusations and ropes around. Like you're innocent.
I'm just thwipping. And just to cap this off for the Power Rangers, sometimes dead is better.
Sometimes dead is better.
Moving into the next piece of news, there's two pieces of news that came out separately but are related to the same thing. So both Jared Leto and Joe Manganiello, I think it's how you pronounce his name, have been spotted with the reshoots for Justice League. So Jared Leto's ungodly, awful Joker is returning, as well as Joe's pretty fucking good Deathstroke. So I'm excited about Deathstroke, not about Leto. Maybe the only I'm not even gonna speculate. I hated Leto's Joker with such a unbridled fury. Like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Even being the DC fuckboy, you know, I can't.
Boy OD.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
So, Derek, how you feel about it?
I mean, really, I don't have much to say that hasn't already been said about fucking Jared Leto's Joker. He's really, it's just awful. And he really doesn't even understand that it was awful. Like when they got Joaquin to play Joker in the new one, he was like, he released a statement that he was like upset about it. How don't you get that? Everybody's been shit talking you on the internet for years. You're just finding out about this. Nobody wants any more Leto. Like, I'm actually surprised that he would bring him back on, even to shoot more scenes, even to make a more cohesive script, because everybody is so outspoken about how bad it is. I don't know anyone, and I'm not being hyperbolic here. I don't know anyone who likes Leto's Joker. So that I don't get. That we can put in the corner. Everybody knows that. Joe M, anything he does, is it Joe? It's Joe, right?
Yeah.
I don't even attempt his last name. I can't say it. He is, sure, you said it. That's the one. He's an excellent human being. Everything he's in, even when I don't care about the movie, like he's kind of a joy to watch. He's a really cool dude. So I'm happy to see him in more shit. He's obviously already famous, but he's still a little bit B-list. So anything that brings him to A-list. I'm here
That
for.
Deathstroke costume.
It's very good.
Really
It's very
good.
juice. Yeah, very juice.
Full juice, if you will. I'm just gonna start sending pictures on Twitter to Jared Leto with the word like "depressed" written on my forehead and see if he gets the fucking message.
Yeah, like, can you imagine going through all the extra effort to like come in condoms and send them to Will Smith to be in a movie for 5 fucking minutes? Like, what kind of fucking tool bag are you?
And apparently, all of them were just like on set with him. That was their attitude. Just come on.
And like things like Birds of Prey has shown that like lesser known characters can work. Like it wasn't a problem with anything other than just the way the characters were written, I think, and the way they were designed. Like those tattoos.
Yeah.
I remember when they first revealed those tattoos, I thought it was like a fucking April Fool's joke or something.
I thought it was a joke, dude.
Nobody liked it from the beginning. Exactly. Like there's never been anything redeeming about it.
And me being the eternal optimist, there are
all that chit chat.
How can I frame all that chit chat?
Gonna get you hurt. Like, oh man. How are you in the scene? How are you in the scene with that other guy that you're torturing, and you're less likable than he is? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that actor is the biggest piece of shit in everything he's ever been in.
That's very true. There are aspects of his character where I don't like, but I can understand. They had a cool idea in mind, but every execution, everything related to the whole like his teeth are like metal because Batman broke his fucking teeth in when he killed Robin. That's a cool idea. It wasn't executed well, but it's a cool idea. Anyway, I don't look. I think Jared Leto's a good actor. I do. I've seen him in stuff I like.
He's just not a good person.
In several films I like.
Just a giant cunt though.
But it's hard for me to conjure any excitement about that, other than the fact that he's in the thing I am excited about, which is the 4-hour Justice League special cut that I'm looking forward to very much. So we'll leave it at that because it's a nice optimistic note to transition on.
You guys remember the time when Jared Leto was in a band and made us all listen to him on the radio for like 20 years?
I do.
Do you remember when everybody had a friend that like assured you that 30 Seconds to Mars was really good, and you had to like, all right, I'll try it again, Jim, but it just never hit. It never hit.
Yeah. We had a house party. Someone
Go away, Jared.
On. Like, why? Why the fuck was
this? Inevitably, every house party had fucking 30 Seconds to Mars somewhere in the rotation. Yeah. And you're like, again?
There was footage of him. There was footage of him like on stage at a 30 Seconds to Mars concert doing his Joker voice. And I knew
I remember that.
I knew right then and there it was gonna be bad. Like, you're being a real douche about this. It's probably gonna suck.
It was like breaking news. Like if you followed movie news, they were like, "Oh, there's a clip of him doing his Joker voice. This is what he's gonna sound like." And I was like, "I hope not. I hope he just had a frog in his throat while he was singing."
Yeah.
All right, moving right along into other shit none of us are looking forward to. There's gonna be a new Willow TV series on Disney Plus because sometimes dead is better. And I don't know. Look, there have been reports that Disney and Bob Iger are balls to the wall, pedal to the floor, pushing as much effort into their streaming platform as they can, and it shows because
we're getting
they are literally they're like, what can we yeah, I get the joke, but they're like, what can we capitalize off of? Like, and look, there are some people who love Willow. I am not one of them. I might be eternally optimistic, but that movie does not hold up well, and it wasn't all that great when the first time I saw it as a kid either. So, fuck. I don't have anything to say about that. I tried to rewatch that film recently. I made it like 10 minutes and I had to turn it back off.
Yeah, after last week's episode where there were a lot of things we featured that like while we were talking about them, I realized I'd never seen. I was like, all right, I got to actually put effort in this and start watching these things. I'm not watching Willow. Okay. I'm not going to do it. I'm happy for people who like Willow, but it really, you said it. I mean, this is just them trying to like make a TV show out of fucking everything. I don't even think the source material is really all that good. I understand it has like a childhood memory type thing to people who do like it, but that doesn't mean it gets a TV show. All right. This isn't Oprah. Not everybody gets a TV show. Just keep it where it is. Keep it as it is.
I would say subtle Oprah reference, but it wasn't subtle.
It wasn't subtle at all. No.
You get a show. You get a show. Scott, any final thoughts?
I mean, Warwick Davis is very clearly a talented actor. I mean, like his body of work, whether you enjoy it or not, is impressive. It's so huge. He's been in everything, from his show Life is Short on HBO to like the Leprechaun series where he like became an iconic horror villain.
He was the Leprechaun?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Dude.
He has such a sweet boyish face.
Yeah, well,
In
not
real
when you
life.
put not when you put
Is he
8 pounds of
boyish but
prosthetic
good?
on it.
No, but yeah, in the Leprechaun, he's boyish but bad. Very, very bad. Oh my god. I had no idea that was him. That's
have
interesting.
you guys ever seen Leprechaun 4 in space? Ooh, man.
I don't think I've seen in space. I've seen
no,
in the hood.
but watch along idea.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude,
God,
please,
yes.
please.
Oh, please. We should do that for Halloween.
Yeah, that's the
yeah.
Halloween episode for sure.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean he's incredible. I just don't think. Again, it's we talked about it like almost 3 weeks in a row now. It's just throwing shit at the wall, see what sticks.
Yeah.
I'm happy that he's getting the work because he's a talented guy, and I'm sure that especially right now, money's a little tight. You know what I mean? So yeah, good for him. Fuck it. I'm not gonna watch it, but you know.
I want to hear you say that to his face. Hey, I'm happy for you, bud. I'm not going to watch it, though.
Yeah.
Don't ask me to fucking watch it.
I already paid for HBO Max this week. I'll watch Life is Short again in support of Warwick Davis.
Right.
Not watching fucking Willow.
Ah, man. Speaking of that's not a good segue. I'm just gonna do this. The next piece of news is
Nice.
for
Got it.
nailed it. Is for an announced video game in the. I was gonna tie him to Star Wars somehow, but then to make that.
Oh, is he a
was very
Jawa because he's
thin-
short? You fucking
Yeah, wow. That's
you
awful
ableist piece of
you.
shit.
No, but he was actually an Ewok. So there's that.
Oh, damn.
Oh, shit. We're the ableist pieces of shit. Oh, just because...
There's literally.
Let me just stop before I get us
behind the
canceled.
scene- Oh, this is great. We got to stay here. I got to just sit in this moment for a minute. There are actual behind the scenes photos of him sitting next to Princess Leia on a log with the Ewok helmet off, just chilling. Boy, that's great. So, but anyway, my original point was to make the jump from just him being in Star Wars to
I
saying
feel
there's
like
a
we
new
did it.
Star
I feel
Wars.
we got it.
Yeah, nailed it. Cut it, print it. Let's fucking go. There's a new video game coming out for the Oculus Quest November 19th called Star Wars Tales from the Galaxy's Edge. I don't like the name of that game only because it reeks of Disney trying to tie everything back to their theme park.
Yep.
However, the game looks fun. So ILM Lab is doing it, and they previously made an experience called Trials on Tatooine, which is nothing more than a smorgasbord of a couple different scenarios where you get to hold a fucking lightsaber and fuck around. This looks like a very different thing. There's a lot of different environments in the trailer. There's a lot of both blaster stuff and eventually some lightsaber stuff because of course there is. Scott, did you watch the trailer and what did you think about it?
I did. I am usually really excited, especially now that I just got the VR. I'm so stoked on anything I can possibly or potentially play in it.
Yeah.
But this to me looks like it should be a fucking Facebook mobile game. Honestly, like it looks clunky as shit. Like just watching the how choppy the movements were in the trailer, I could already feel myself getting motion sickness standing still in my bed without a VR headset on. So like, how the fuck is it gonna like? Yeah, I mean, like you already have great games out there like Vader Immortal, Star Wars Squadrons that absolutely kill it, and this looks to me like it would be early test footage or maybe like a fan made game. It doesn't look like something that would be like a AAA list VR release. I'm not sure if it just doesn't translate well to to my flat screen as opposed to what it'll look like in 3D. But I have absolutely no excitement for this at all. I watched that trailer and I was like, it's coming out in a month. Like, is it coming out November 11th, 2021? Like, it doesn't look like it's anywhere near ready. Yeah.
It's such a dark omen when you and I agree, Scott, especially on video games. It feels like two like pieces of antimatter touching, and then just like the explosion that comes after that. It was underwhelming to me. It was like really, I don't really know what to say about it. The graphics were like yuck. Like they looked like that's like last gen. Which I get, it's like a VR thing, so a lot of the resources go into that. But even at that, I might be biased because I'm not ever particularly excited about VR. But even at that, it didn't seem like anything new was done. It seemed like every VR game that's ever been released reskinned as like a Star Wars thing. It fell flat for me. It doesn't look too great. And I agree with you. It's weird that they named it after the theme park, the Disney theme park.
Yeah, it felt icky to me.
I'd rather just go to Galaxy's Edge than play that game, essentially.
I'd rather put the helmet on and experience what it's like to be on one of the very few rides at Galaxy's Edge. I'd rather pay $60 for that than pay for whatever clunky mess this is going to be. I just want to, I'd rather have a stationary, like visual, like a watch along experience for the price tag instead of whatever the fuck this is.
Wait, isn't that something they're doing though? Seriously, aren't they doing like a VR experience where you can walk around in galaxies? Is this like a fever dream that I'm recalling? I'm pretty sure that they are doing like a VR thing where you can
I'm not sure.
go to Galaxy's Edge in
cool.
VR.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to do that.
I literally will co-stream it with Scott so we can both freak out while we're looking at, I don't know, the weird Coca-Cola bottles that they made for Galaxy's Edge.
They have blue milk,
look.
and it's alcoholic.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
look, neither of us can taste this or take it home. How much fun.
Well, we still got to pay $60 to hold it.
You try to pick it up and there's a physical paywall in between you and the thing.
Well, that's the thing.
That's called a feature.
Yeah.
All right, we have 2 more pieces of news before we move on, and the next one to tie into our continued Star Wars talk is that there is a new special look released for The Mandalorian, which is only a couple of days away at this point. I can't fucking wait. I think we're all, unanimously super fucking excited. And they released, it's kind of like a little quick 1 minute long behind the scenes. It's not really a trailer, and again, to sing the marketing department's praises, they have still given us barely anything about what's happening. All we know is that Mando is back with baby Yodes and they're traversing the galaxy. There's not a whole lot I can say beyond it just looks fantastic. I mean, the first look opens with him being chased by 2 X-Wing, and I was immediately just giddy. I was just like, haha, that's super fun. How'd you feel about it, Scott?
Yeah, I mean, it looks great, man. It seems like it's just a little bit more context of what we saw, I think, 2 or 3 weeks ago with the first trailer reveal.
Right. Yeah.
I'm really excited for it, man. I can't wait.
Yeah, I think it looks pretty fun. Yeah, I mean, it's almost like it's not like we're lacking enthusiasm, but there's nothing to say because it's not showing us anything besides just, yep, still can't wait.
I kind of get the vibe. It's gonna be like kind of they're kind of gonna follow like that old '90s, early 2000s kind of like drama kind of thing, where the first season was kind of like setting up the world, showing us the characters all these different situations. Now we might get like more of a longer, cohesive narrative that might like just, it seems like maybe they're gonna crash on this planet and be stuck there for a while. Or like you said, though, it could just be that we're seeing clips all from the first episode of the second season, like they did with the first season of The Mandalorian with the trailer. You saw maybe 5 minutes of footage from the first episode, the entire 6 to 8 months news cycle leading up to it. So
yeah, I specifically remember watching the first episode, and like a half hour into it, I was like, oh, I've seen that whole trailer already. That's exciting. Like, we have the entire series left to go.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about that first look, Derek?
I same thing. I don't have much to say, not because there isn't anything to say. I just feel like, we've said it and now we're within a week of when it comes out. We're going to be reviewing it next week. I'm super pumped for that. The only thing really new that I took from the first look, minute-long trailer, I don't know if I just hadn't picked up on this in the other trailers, but I didn't realize that Carl Weathers seems like he's going to be a mainstay character. So, I mean, that's exciting, but
love me some Carl Weathers.
I'm just ready to watch this fucking show. That's basically it. It looks so fucking polished, and I can't wait.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. Especially like the Gamorrean fight ring stuff that looks really fun. Also, fun fact: the Gamorrean he's talking to in that ringside, or I don't think it's a Gamorrean actually. The alien he's talking to ringside near the Gamorrean fight is voiced by Jon Favreau because he just loves sticking himself in for voices for characters. I'm not mad about it though, because he's got that good generic space alien voice that he has to tweak a little bit, and then it sounds totally different. So fucking that's what's up. All right,
you're not saying all aliens sound alike, are you? That's not. You really.
I'm just gonna leave that there where it is and not respond. Senator Haver. Moving along to the final piece of news before our 2 main topic reviews. Jamie Foxx has been announced to be in a vampire movie, hunting vampires, essentially Blade, but not, called Day Shift. Okay, cool. The John Wick producers are going to be involved. There's no release date yet, but I mean, I'm down, right? Like, I like vampires most of the time. I like Jamie Foxx all of the time. Well, okay. Except for when he was Electro.
Yeah, hang on.
I'm pretty sure we could find B-roll with our own podcast that would contradict that statement.
Yeah, okay, well, I caught it. Okay. What do you guys think about it? Derek, what do you feel about this?
The only thing exciting about this is that it's the same producers as John Wick. I don't care about vampire. Like, come on. Can we just... It's the same thing with zombies. How many times are we going to redo the same fucking thing? before it's like, I mean, it's going to be the same plot. It's he's killing vampires, but then one he realizes is actually a nice person, and he has to. It's the same fucking thing again and again.
No, finish your pitch though. What's gonna happen next?
Yeah, no. Yeah, we're both edge of our seats here.
And
I want to see how accurately you can predict the plot of this without having seen nothing about it yet.
no,
yes, please.
I don't fucking know. I have no idea. I'm here for the action. That's it. The story's not going to be good. I can guarantee that.
Anything that prolongs Jamie Foxx's shoot schedule for Spider-Man 3, I'm all for it. That's really like, yeah, man, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, no, you can totally knock that out, but don't worry about it. Push production. 3 weeks. All right. So before we get into our main,
gonna need to film that fucking thing. If we're being honest.
Well, I mean, it's gonna be basically the Avatar 2 of physical production because if they make him blue again, anyway. I know they said they weren't gonna, but you know those wily bastards over at Marvel
Just might do
hey,
it.
Look, they'll be like, hey guys, look, it's a callback, and everyone in the audience is like, no,
like,
it's not. No one wanted it.
That's not one that we wanted.
Like Jamie Foxx definitely deserves a chance at redemption, but let's not do the same thing. It's gonna confuse everybody. Like, I'm confused.
Yeah.
I'm confused, and I haven't even seen his blue skin yet.
Well, fun fact, he's got blue skin because he actually is a Na'vi, so he's going to be in Avatar 2 and 3. So, plot twist, ruined it for you. Before we get into our two main topics of discussion this week, I would like to remind you guys that if you want to hear us talk about something specific or review something on the podcast or ask us a question or tell us we're fucking wrong with a correction, you can hit us up on Twitter, use the hashtag AskTCN, or you can email us at questions@thecynicalnerd.com or facebook.com/thecynicalnerd, whatever means of communique you would like to send our way.
Yeah.
And I did not mean for that to rhyme.
If we're wrong, should they use hashtag fuck TNC? Or TCN?
Yes.
Okay.
I like that. If it's a correction.
But also if they're horny for us, they should also put hashtag fuck.
Yeah. It's a dual purpose hashtag there.
Senator Most Fuckable Dad, hashtag fuck TCN.
Yeah, you got your tips dripping out there, Schmegs? Huh?
All right, boys. We all watched.
Hey, are we? Hang on. You guys know what time it is, right? Our most important segment.
Oh,
is it time for talking shit?
It's time for talking shit.
All right,
I'm gonna step away. And
tell me something you love, Derek. What do you love?
Yeah, throw us on the spot.
What do I love? I love delicate kisses on my cheek in the morning from people who I care about. Yeah, try to attack that, asshole. Have fun.
Did he drop the mic, or can you think of some way to shit on that?
Yeah. Well, first of all, did you brush your fucking teeth first before you kissed me with those little butterfly kisses first thing in the morning? I don't know. Maybe make me some fucking coffee. This sounds like I'm being a chauvinist pig. I can't do it.
Yep.
It's not good. Like, kiss me good morning, wash your fucking mouth. Why don't you suck my... No.
Every single time I see someone get a kiss first, like they roll over and kiss, I'm like, oh, go brush your teeth.
Mm-hmm,
oh, no. Oh, no. I know your breath smells like cabbage and shit mixed together. It's like the worst lettuce wrapped tacos of all time.
It's like onions and ketchup.
It's like onions and ketchup. No, it's on my tongue.
No, I don't know, man. He really gave me nothing to work with. I know he loves. I know I saw him post on Facebook earlier this week that he loves Hole. Courtney loves Rock Band.
Oh,
I would just like to say that I do not love Hole. I think Hole is terrible.
Yeah.
I think Garbage far surpasses Hole in every single way possible. Also, I don't believe that any members of Garbage were responsible for the death of a famous rock star. I don't know.
You heard it here first. Controversial statements.
I really got nothing. Courtney loves just a cunt. Like I saw her on a Comedy Central roast, and she was like so blazed out of her mind. Just like, not even just beamed out of her fucking mind. Like the high beams were on, but no one was in the car. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, dude. I remember exactly what you're talking about. I can't remember the roast that she was on, but she was gone.
Yeah, like they made fun of her the whole time. She kept looking around like she was trying to figure out who they were talking to. Oh man.
Did you mean the Courtney that's behind me?
Yeah.
Because there's two of me, but I turn around. It's not fucking good.
No. But I mean that's
Holes, just the band is it's garbage music for garbage people.
I will give her this though. She was incredible in The People versus Larry Flint. That's all I'll give her.
Never saw it.
Yep.
Oh,
You ever saw that?
okay. No, I didn't.
People versus Larry Flint. Larry.
The
The people versus Larry Flint. We're talking about Courtney Love because you love Hole and I hate Hole.
You hate Hole? What's the matter with you?
I'm not a 35-year-old. Trying to think what drug I can use that's not like hyper offensive.
It's gone already.
yeah.
I was gonna, before you said Courtney Love, I was gonna try and play a game where we made Derek guess how we got from Morning Kisses to the people versus Larry Flynn.
Yeah, okay.
Figure out how we made those connections, fuckface.
I mean,
All right.
my only argument would be, if you're gonna kiss me first thing, Mom, why don't you suck my dick first thing in the morning? Why do I gotta wake up to a blaring alarm clock screaming in my ear? That annoying, like, fucking copy paste.
Oh, annoying, delicate kisses on your cheek from someone that you love. Does that annoy you?
No, I was talking about the fucking Apple ringtone, like that. The one.
the nuclear alarm.
Yeah. No. I mean, no. I think feel like we all have.
Yeah, that's like 90% of the reason I have a Galaxy now.
I feel like we all have different alarms, but like the kind of alarm someone has that they choose to wake up to tells you what kind of person they are. You know what I mean,
that's pretty insightful.
Yeah. Like the nuclear alarm.
That's going to be in a fortune cookie in 2000.
The nuclear alarm says that you hate yourself. That's like the meanest way to wake yourself up.
I think it's that you don't trust yourself, so you need something like harsh and awful to just like jerk you out of this. Like, you wake up screaming every single day. It's just how you get up.
It's like the worst possible noise you can think of to startle you out of a peaceful slumber.
Yeah. To ensure that you're an angry person in your waking life.
Yeah. Well, it's also way worse when you have like a work phone and your work alarm is a certain tone, and you know when that alarm goes off, it means fuck, all joy is gone.
That's true.
You have to get up and immediately like shower, and with your hair still wet, get in the fucking car. Doesn't matter if it's 20 degrees out. You're fucking in the car with wet hair on your way to work. And like that, but the worst thing is like it's always just an innocent tone you never suspect. So you'll be out in public.
Oh yeah.
You'll be out in public at like a house party.
That's so true.
At like 2 a.m. on a Friday, and you hear that tone, you'll be like, "Oh fuck!" And you're like, just snap back like the Manchurian Candidate. You're just like,
I was gonna say, you're literally training yourself like Pavlov's dogs, like a clicker treat. You're like, oh no, work's coming around the corner.
I've legit woken up in a girl's bed at like maybe 3 or 4 in the morning to the sound of her alarm going off or her like text tone going off. And started getting ready for work before I realized where I was and that I was still drunk. So it's fucking. That's some lasting.
Yeah, you try to pick the sweetest tone, but it just transforms into this like horrifying melody over time.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting.
All right, boys. We have 2 main topics for discussion. They are both movie reviews that we've all taken time out of our lives to watch, and I don't know if these guys are going to consider that a good or a bad thing. We're going to start off with. Let's do Witches first, because we talked about the original already very, very briefly, because, reminder, the watch-alongs on our Patreon if you want to hang out and watch it with us. How did you guys... I'm not going first this time. I'm going to make...
I'd like
Derek
to,
if
you don't mind.
Yeah, okay.
I'd like to.
Yeah.
So, the original had things that were good and bad about it, right? Of course, the special effects mainly were what were great about it. So, going into this... I really had nothing. Like, I wasn't in love with the original, so it wasn't like, oh, I can't wait to see what they do with it. It was almost like watching a brand new movie. There was a lot about it that I didn't like. Mainly the acting, even from the Academy Award-winning actresses. Any scene where, like, holy shit, I can't think of her name. There's Octavia something.
Octavia Spencer.
Spencer, yeah, thank you. Any scene she was in was just, like, cringe overload. But then even... what's her name, please? Why am I not?
Anne Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway, thank you. Yeah, even her, like when she spoke, it was too much.
It was
like,
Zsa Zsa
too hard
bro.
on it.
Yeah,
it wasn't good. That being said, other than that, I thought it was fucking incredible. I thought it was great. Just to start with, one thing, the music, that like sweeping fucking bountiful orchestra was like just incredible. Just really felt like you were on an adventure. Even from a cinematography standpoint, they had that like wide lens camera, like everything was like high and wide. You saw every fucking inch of the room in every shot. I thought it was beautifully shot. It was also genuinely terrifying. Like when their mouths would open all the way up to the ear was like, actually, it was like watching like It for kids, except all the scary things, all the things that made it scary were still there. So it's not even really for kids. It's just like still horrible. The one mentionable thing that I wanted to bring up was the scene where they crawl into the vent.
Yeah.
And she like sends her arms in, like jerking after them. Was like, dude, Veronica and I watched it. We looked at each other like, this is supposed to be a fucking kids movie. Like we were like, we got all like weird and sweaty and like uncomfortable in our clothes. And like, dude, it was so enjoyable, dude. Like, I think that the goal of the original was to have a movie for like older kids that kind of jars them and scares them a little bit. So like taking that and putting that into the new film, I think they did like nearly perfectly, because I can't imagine even an older kid watching that and not being scared, because we're in our 30s and we were fucking horrified. So I thought it was awesome. I thought it was great. That's all I have to say about it. I thought it was just a really fucking good movie.
How about you, Scott?
I mean, I agree. There's a lot of things I didn't like about it. That fucking accent they had Anne Hathaway doing, like, it was the same thing in the original. Like, it's so Saturday morning cartoon villain. Like, it reminds me of the people who used to like be after the Pink Panther. You know what I mean? Like, it was so ridiculous. But having said that, though, like Derek was saying, the practical effect, or not practical effects, just the effects overall, the aesthetic of it, the way that now when people transform, they didn't just shrink into their clothes; they exploded out of them. Shot like it was just visually, it was beautiful. It was awesome to watch. I like how they kind of extended the ending scene and gave Anne Hathaway as the Grand High Witch her own little unique ending, whereas the original she just kind of got snuffed out in the middle of the chaos. I liked that the mouse, the little mouse friend they had, spoke from the beginning. You know what I mean? Like it did a little bit more world building. And we talked about how in the original, in the 1990 version, how they kind of like bitched out by having the kid turn back into a kid for no reason.
Yes.
Oh yeah, and they didn't do that. Yeah.
I really like that they didn't do that, and that it's Chris Rock as an old rat, but it's clearly only been a few years because his grandma's still alive. But
which is
rats live
super sad and depressing.
Yeah. But he's
which
still,
confirms our theory from the Patreon, where like if you get turned into a rat as a kid, you're only going to live a couple more years.
Yeah. I thought it was really cool, man. I really enjoyed it. The things that I thought it did well outweighed the things that I was just kind of like iffy about. Like again, it was bad acting, but so was the original. So at least it's true to the source material.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a couple things that I had. I didn't write them down. We watched it yesterday, my wife and I, so I remembered them. So, one, I agree. There's a lot of terrible acting, but it did build out the world in surprising ways. Like the entire opening in the 1990s film, and I'm so glad we did the watch along this week because it lets the comparison be so fresh. The original film kind of glossed over the fact that his parents were dead. It was just like, here's a kid, he lives with his grandma. Oh, his parents are dead. Okay, here's the witches. In this film, they really built that out, and although it was bad acting, the beginning was super sad. It was very it was very. I was like, oh my god, like they're showing this kid who's like depressed because his fucking parents are dead. His grandmom's trying to cheer him up, and again, the acting was bad. It was cringy, but it was really nice to see that relationship built. You know, because
some of those scenes were heartwarming. Yeah, when they were,
made them feel like people.
Yeah.
Right, like it makes them feel real, and that's kind of the whole purpose in a movie that's so fantastical and over the top. I thought it was kind of cool that they changed the main character to be a young black boy and his family, as opposed to the original. In juxtaposition to that, the friend is still a fat British kid. They changed nothing about that kid.
Yeah,
like
I mean, you really couldn't though.
Don't fix what's not broken. You know what I'm saying?
They might have taken the original actor and de-aged him. He was so close to like the original fucking. I was like, oh man, I'm so glad that the friend is still like a British kid, and they pulled that off by making the hotel not in Norway or sorry England, but putting it in what they say, like the Gulf of Mexico or something. Like they just went on like a vacation.
Yeah,
it was like a tropical area.
I think it was Louisiana.
Louisiana,
right?
yeah.
Was it Louisiana? Okay, yeah, it was on the Gulf. So. I liked the world building in the beginning. I liked the kind of character change, although there was a little bit of a missed opportunity because
but Rowan Atkinson in there, right? I was thinking the same
Mr. Bean, dude. Who are you
I was thinking that
talking
the
about?
entire time.
There were plenty of housemaids that were in need of a good bean banging.
Oh man, beanbag chair.
So there was a little bit of a missed opportunity, like having the main character be turned into a black kid and being in the 50s. And there was only like one line that was from the proprietor of the hotel, or the manager of the hotel, Stanley Tucci, where he's basically like, kids like you don't often get to come to places like this, do they? And I was like, okay. And I thought maybe they were going to explore, like, not only, you know, this film and how it differs from the original, but maybe the fact that they changed the race of the main character and how that might affect a kid in the 50s. And also dealing with this fan, like maybe he would go to a hotel manager and complain about witches and they didn't believe him because they thought he was like, you know, they were just down on him for being a black kid or something like that. But they didn't do any of that.
They did a little bit though, because the whole reason they went to the hotel, there's two that I can think of. The whole reason that they went to the hotel was the grandma was saying like, oh, well, people like us don't go to hotels like that, so nobody will expect us to be there. And then,
okay, I remember that. Yeah.
When they get to the hotel, I think this is what they meant by it anyway. When they get out of the car, the what do they call it?
The guy's like, "What are you doing here?"
The bellhop or whatever. Yeah, he's like dumbstruck. He's like, "What are you doing here?" And for a second, I thought like, "Oh, they must know each other." And then when it became apparent they didn't, I was like, "Oh, they're not used to seeing like people of color come into that hotel." But other than that, that's really all they explored.
Yeah,
and it's weird for them to take that change and not like use it a little bit more.
I was almost guaranteeing like myself that there was going to be a scene somewhere in the film where he was going to run to like the authorities or the hotel staff and be like, "There's witches in the conference room," and they were going to be like, "Run along now," you know, to do something fucking rude to him. But they didn't, and that's fine. I thought I would bring it up.
You want to see more cruelty to children, and
Oh boy, I wanted to not touching that one. I want to leave that one right where it is. You can sit right over there in the fucking corner. Yeah, so the CGI was pretty piss poor throughout the whole thing. But let's be real. Did we expect it to be amazing? Because no, we didn't.
I didn't think it was that bad.
I didn't think it was that bad either. But I mean, I agree it wasn't very good either.
Maybe it's so. It's in relation for me. It's like to character weight. Like every time someone was like, it just looked. I don't know, just not that great to me. Anne Hathaway, her performance, of course, was super over the top. However, there's a couple moments of dialogue where she's talking to someone normal and all of a sudden she switches and she's like, "Oh, yeah. Like her mouth goes up. And I was like, that was horrifying. Like, good job. That was fucking creepy.
She looks like sexy Baraka. It's a weird thing. It's a weird thing going on.
That's a pretty good way to say that.
Yeah.
Can we all talk about how fucking unnerving the little toe was that she had on each foot?
Yeah. Why?
She reminded me of the witches from Skyrim. You know, the half bird lady. They have like the hags, whatever they are, swamp hags.
And they like went out of their way to show them all the time.
Yeah,
like
they're like, oh, she took her shoes off, pan down. Like, no, we know they're there.
Somewhere, some weird foot fetishist for deformed feet is having a real jerk off
really
contest right now.
There's a dude named Pete the Feet somewhere in South Philly, just going at himself.
Pete the Feet.
Oh, that's a real person. I'm not even kidding.
Oh Jesus! Wow, that's
I believe
more horrifying than the movie. So
my wife hilariously pointed out, she's like, "Oh my god, she's got the toenail on that horrible toe painted on each foot. It's hilarious."
I guess if you only got one, you got to jazz it up. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
I agree with Derek's point. I think they really captured the feel of for children, but right on the edge of, is this too much? Because there were a couple times when I'm like, I wouldn't want my kid to watch that. Like, some of that shit was horrifying. Even when they change her into a fucking rat, spoiler alert, she's a horrifying rat.
Yeah.
She's a scary creature. If that thing was chasing me as a full-grown person... She still has
the mouth. She still has the weird mouth thing as a rat.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine a rat chasing you with like Baraka mouth? Jesus.
That whole sequence was like really rewarding compared to what we got in the original, I think.
Yeah.
You know I mean, like, and again, I know we did watch the original like 1990 movie, but we've never read the book. Any of us. I don't think we're doing a deep dive that deep for a fucking HBO Max original movie.
Far into witches lore. No.
Yeah. But I mean, just that entire chase sequence where they're, you know, first of all, how they turn her, like the ingenuity they used, like to kind of like pinch her feet with the mouse traps and then have him slingshot himself.
Right.
It was all like really cool. It all kind of reminded me of like Ratatouille a little bit.
Yeah, dude, it really did.
Like, or like Mouse Hunt, that old movie with Nathan Lane. Is that his name? Nathan?
You lost me on that one.
Yeah. Nathan Lane, that's right.
Yeah.
No, yeah, but you're right. I mean, I specifically remember watching it and thinking like, oh, this is much different from the OG. Like, they decided to just change this whole scene up.
Yeah.
because the original she just drinks the fucking
Yeah.
soup, but it takes longer to change her, which in retrospect is a stupid fucking plot point.
Like, well, she only had one spoonful of the soup. They ate all the soup.
Right.
Like, yeah, that makes perfect sense. Thanks.
Yeah.
I'm just an idiot movie watcher. Thank you for explaining that to me.
Right, and now it's fixing her alopecia 3 times as fast. Her wig rot, or whatever they called it, wig rash. So there's 2 more things I wanted to personally bring attention to. One is that not only was the intro fleshed out more, but the ending was too. Because in the film, after they make the hardcore decision, I would equate this almost to Rogue One decision to keep him a mouse and just say fuck that kid. Because I was like, oh my God, are they going to do it? I was like, oh my God, they're going to do it. They also go the extra step. In the original, they showed the little black book of like American witches, and they go, oh, we're going to go to America. And then it cuts, right? There's nothing else. In this one, he's literally doing a slideshow with kids, which is creepy, about how they're going to go. They're in America. They're going to go, attack all these other witches and turn them into mice and kind of wipe out, really like Van Helsing, like witch hunting style. But it's an old mouse narrated by Chris Rock, which brings me to my last point. I hated that they chose to have Chris Rock narrate this film. Hated it. And I don't know if you guys probably don't agree with me.
I don't.
I don't.
I don't.
Intro,
I love Chris Rock.
I'll hear you out though. Why do you hate
there's
America's beloved sweetheart Chris Rock?
I love Chris Rock. I really do. But it made the
You're
entire...
painting yourself in a real dark light this episode.
Oh, boy.
You guys did it to me in episode 3. Fuck you guys. All right, it's my turn now. All right.
I was gonna say. I was actually gonna bring reference to that.
All right. So you don't like Chris Rock, and there wasn't enough child abuse in the movie. I got you.
Well, fuck me. I'm retiring after my post. I'm gonna put out a public apology on Twitter.
It's best if you get out in front of it, because I'm gonna tell everybody.
It's best if you get out in front of it now, because you're fucked. Career's over. I don't know. We were talking about the movie doing a good job tonally of straddling the line between kids movie and kind of like light horror for them. And the entire intro, like, it was just too comedic. It was too funny for me. I don't know. It sounded like he was doing a bit for like grown-ups, which it's one of those movies I just can't stand with every fiber of my fucking body. And his whole intro, I don't know, he turned me off. It got better throughout the movie, but I think it only got better because he talked less through most of it. and the only time you hear him again is the very end. And if Chris Rock was just the voice of the old mouse at the end, I would have been fine with it. I mean, I know he is just the voice of the old mouse and the old mouse is narrating, but the intro just sounded like they were like, Chris Rock, be Chris Rock. And I don't know.
It's definitely a phone in because they wanted to get like a big name be the narration for the main character, but then he really wasn't even in it a whole lot. Yeah. So it's kind of like they did it in the cheapest way that they could. But I didn't hate it. He
bookended it. Yeah, he was beginning and end, and that was it.
Chris Rock always is the same person when he does voice acting, though. Like, he's always the character he played in Madagascar. Like, it's always the same fucking thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's... I'm not mad at it. He's always the zebra, bro. He can't help it.
I'm gonna give this film 3 out of 5 Anne Hathaway witch toes. How do you guys feel about it? Give it a great score. Derek, do you have one? Looks like
I'm gonna give it 3.5 Anne Hathaway smile to ear blowies through the side. Okay. Yeah.
Blowies? Oh, yeah. No.
Mm-hmm. Just think about it for a second.
I don't want to.
Just do it, though.
I'm gonna give it 2 fat kids picking the raisins out of the muffins in the hotel lobby.
Okay.
Sick reference, bro. Sick reference. Gotta love that fat kid in that movie, dude. He's my favorite character. Also, his parents straight up didn't fucking want him.
They didn't. That was fucked up. That was so weird.
They took him in the original, and wow, I forgot about that. There were 2 things in this movie that were horribly depressing over top of the OG, which his parents disowning him as a kid, and then them just leaving them as fucking mice. I was like, God, stone cold.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that.
I would just say,
like, it's okay. You keep him.
For our next watch along, we watch something a little less depressing, like maybe Ernest Scared Stupid.
Oh, God.
I am so on board with that I'm already booking it for Wednesday. Let's go.
Excellent. Hell yeah. Boom.
Hell yeah.
Done.
Ernest Scared Stupid and beers.
We could double feature it too, boys. I'm up for whatever.
All right. So our last conversation on the docket here is the Borat 2 film, and I don't know how either of you guys feel about it. I am once again going to not go first And Scott, would you like to take the reins? I think you saw it before us, so you've had slightly more time to digest.
I've watched it.
How'd you feel
I've watched it twice.
Twice?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, we definitely hit the nail on the head. Like, it is. I've already seen the memes. Like, the last plague of 2020 is everyone starts talking like Borat again. Like, it's 100% gonna happen.
Which was our joke on the Cynical Nerd like 4 weeks ago. All right, that was ours.
We fucking called it.
Yeah. It's like the final plague of Egypt is just Borat voice. It's like, no, can you just take my firstborn son instead?
Yeximage.
So, oh god, yeah. It does a lot of things really well. It was fun. It was more of the same. It was a lot. I mean, a lot of it didn't work for me. To be honest, it was funny. I laughed at it, but I was just kind of like, I was laughing at the way I would laugh at an episode of Robot Chicken. You know what I mean? Like, or like Tim and Eric. I didn't like from the leaked footage we saw of the whole Giuliani thing. I watched that with anticipation of this being like this big like shit show that he was gonna like unearth all this horrible shit. And it's literally like, it's the last 5 minutes of the movie where you see like, you kind of see Giuliani fucking with his dick, maybe. My biggest criticism is that he came in the room too early. He should have let him whip it out so he could be fucking canceled forever.
Yeah, I don't know if you're done. I'm sorry to.
I'm out. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna take the reins on the next one and let Derek go last this time. So, yeah, the biggest. I thought the movie was funny in a lot of places. I think it was about 50-50 for me. So some of the jokes worked. I've realized that as I've gotten older, some of the putting people in awkward situations on TV just isn't always as funny for me as it used to be.
Yeah.
It's sometimes it's just painful to watch. And of course, you know, for some of these skits, you're just like, you're watching it and you're like, how do they not know who the fuck he is? He also did a lot of the let me expose America's racist underbelly. But the thing is, when he released the first movie, just that in and of itself was kind of shocking. You're like, oh, people think like this? But then we've had, you know, the past 4 years have happened, and I know we're not getting political, but that's not a surprise to anybody anymore. And for him to just be doing the same thing, it was almost depressing. Like watching, there's a scene in the film, again, if you're still here 5 episodes in, spoiler fucking alerts shouldn't be a thing for you. But you know what? There's a scene in the film that's in the trailer where he's holed up with these guys in this cabin for, I don't even know how long he did it for, but commitment.
Yeah, seriously.
And they're literally talking about how they believe that like Democrats, like Pizzagate is real and that Democrats like drink the blood of kids or some crazy shit. But then he shows them a pamphlet of how he's supposed to raise his daughter from Kazakhstan. And they're like, oh no, this is fake propaganda. Like this is fake. You shouldn't believe this. And I'm like, oh, it hurts so bad. And it's not even in a fun way for me anymore. Yeah. It's just like, oof. Like we're super depressing.
We're ready to laugh at flat earther documentaries now. Like, we can't laugh at things that are just perpetually saddening.
Oh, they made a flat Earth reference in his movie. Did you catch it?
Yeah.
That was pretty.
So
good.
I don't think before we get too far away from that, I'm going to interrupt your interruption and say that. Okay. You know,
I would like to finish my thought after you're done interrupting his interruption.
Interruption.
It's really quick. It's the same thing with the first one as the second one. A lot of the scenes are not as candid as he presents them. A lot of the people in the first one are friends of his who are like small time actors that do those parts, and they act like just kind of a dumb person. And I personally think that the two dudes that he bunks up with I don't think that was genuine. Just the way that they act didn't seem like the way people really talk, especially when they're at the concert thing and he says the line about chop them up like the Saudis do or whatever, and they're like, oh, I can't believe he actually said it. It seemed so much like acting to me. I don't think that those dudes I don't think they were legit.
Those two guys might not have, but the people whose faces were blurred out who did the fucking Hail Hitler
Nazi signal,
boy, some of that shit was real rough to. And again, it's more of the same, but some of that shit doesn't get less shocking. Some of it does dull over the years. That whole scene, that song was a banger, even if the lyrics were horrifying. That song should be on the fucking radio. I want the soundtrack right now.
You are all right.
I said the lyrics are horrible. The song is a banger.
I'm gonna start just going through these videos on YouTube and just getting sound bites to play on my soundboard when I'm live.
Why would you ruin my life like that? Musically, it was fun. Okay, let's go that route. Horrifying song that he was playing at like a Republican rally. It was pretty shocking to hear. So I guess, yeah. So it was like 50-50 for me. Some of the humor worked, some of it didn't. The Giuliani thing was a big build up to basically nothing. I mean, yeah, he was acting creepy. He was acting creepy through the whole thing. And I think if they let him go longer, like you said, it did actually just look like he had pulled the microphone off and was maybe like adjusting himself. But they went in the fucking bedroom.
Yeah, he was pre-adjusting. He was pre-adjusting to get it fluffed so it would look bigger when he whipped it out. Is what he was doing.
And yeah, I mean,
we've all pre-fluffed. We've all pre-fluffed, okay?
I mean, we've all lightly pre-fluffed, but that's like a 60-something-year-old man like desperately pre-fluffing.
I gotta adjust.
He's like jamming down, yeah.
Yeah.
And let's be real. Like, what do you think is about to happen when you get invited into a bedroom with a attractive young woman with alcohol? She says, "Let's go have these drinks in the bedroom." He goes in there. They take off his mic. I mean, look, like I agree with you 100%. If they wanted to bury him, you let the video go a little longer. They even said he had like a hideaway like area in the hotel room that he was watching very closely from, so he could barge in and make sure nothing happened. But I actually think Sacha fucked that up. I think he probably saw Giuliani lean back and like overreacted and ran out, and then they were like, well, okay, nothing really happened. Can't reset that scene, so it's just gone now, you know. And now you basically gave him enough leeway to try and go, oh, I was just adjusting my mic. There was nothing untowards about it. Even though, you know, she was rubbing your leg and you were making really fucked up gestures and looks at her the entire time. But I don't know. It definitely was not anywhere near the movie that the first one was, in my opinion. I had some laughs. I don't regret my time watching it, but a big old meh is probably, you said that when I asked you for original thoughts, Scott, and you said meh. And I will firmly put my mark in the column of meh as well.
It's I mean, I think it's at the parts that Derek was saying seem scripted. I agree they do. The parts where he was locked down with people, where he was very clearly having somebody faxing stuff for him that was in on the joke. It didn't seem like nobody's gonna receive a picture of a cock of a tiny little like beanbag,
tiny little schmeckle.
Yeah, like it was a schmeckle. There's nothing else to call it. It was a little schmeck.
That was the winner of the 2018 award that took it away for a year before it came back to the right.
I only got 17, 19, and in 2020.
Are you impressed? I remembered that joke.
Yeah. I'm really pissed I came up with it now because now that's my trophy.
I thought it was great. I thought it was really good. I laughed at it throughout, and I don't know.
I'm surprised by this.
I think.
But going into it, it starts off with it's like the first or second line. He goes, "Very nice," and I was like, "Oh no!" Like it's going to be a rehashing of every fucking joke from the first one, and I don't think that really happened. My opinion on it is this, and it's really the same with the first one. I feel like a lot of what we see that horrifies us, other than the big group ones, like you were saying in this one, he sings the song and people are throwing up the Heil Hitler salute. Same thing in the first one. He's like in the stadium singing the song about George Bush bombing places into a desert, whatever it was. I don't remember how it goes. You see big groups of people then, and that's scary. But I think these individual interactions that we see, like it's painted in a way like, oh, look how horrible this person is. But I think like almost all of the time with those and with all of his characters, it's really just politeness that people act like that. Where he's like, oh, I'm going to do, insert crazy statement. And they go, oh, yeah, okay. Like, you should. But they're really just in their head, like, get the fuck away from me.
Like the guy who like forcefully high fives him in this when he says like the anti-Semitic comments.
Yeah. You can tell a lot of them, they're just like, just go away. You can make an argument that they should be saying like, hey, fuck you, buddy. You shouldn't be thinking that way. But
no small business owner tells someone to go fuck themselves. They're going to buy almost $2,000 worth of supplies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
There's one scene in particular where for the most part, I agree with your statements. There's one scene in particular that it actually made me a little annoyed, was when he wrote something about Jews on the cake and he had the woman write it out. And if I'm the woman, I'm going, no, I'm not writing that. Like I'm not putting an anti-Semitic slur on the cake for you. Like, I'm just not doing that. Like, here's the cream, write it yourself. Like,
but it was Texas, and they were big on that whole, like, whatever, the cake scenario from a couple years ago. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
No, you can
So
just,
that lady-
you
that lady
can
thought
just
she was
ended
doing
that
the right
sentence
thing.
that it was Texas, and we'd be like, yeah. No, but like I think the first one was kind of like just picking apart how under the rug a lot of the corruption and racism in the U.S. was.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like it's always been there, but it hasn't really been a focal point. You know, people kind of just like are like they're either numb to it because they've gotten so used to it, they've seen it all the time for their entire life, they've been dealing with this horse shit, or there's people who are just completely unaffected by it and they don't care because it doesn't affect them.
Right.
With this movie, I think we see like a kind of a different narrative where he's trying to paint people, even people that, you know, the QAnon people, like people who are clearly insane, whether they're plants or not. The message of that part is these guys are clearly crazy, but despite the fact that they're crazy and Borat believes crazy things, they still opened their home to this guy and gave him a place. Like they're still good even in people who are misguided and have the wrong ideals.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say that you could call that a cohesive narrative, but at the same time, though, you do get the Zig Heils and whatnot. So
Yeah.
it's I don't know, man.
I actually I saw him pop up in an interview like yesterday or something, like a video of him on like, I don't know, Good Morning America or something about the movie. And he went out of his way to say, you know, out of character, just as an actor, he was like, the guys that I bunked up with, and again, it could be off stage, but he was like, the guys I bunked up with, you know, they believed some crazy shit, but they were ultimately really nice guys and they cared about me and they tried to help me out, which the ridiculous situation that they thought I was in. So I was like, yeah, okay. But I mean,
That's like
Still kind
someone who like had lived in Louisiana. I can say one of the most horrifying thing about people who have like these on the grand scale, like really awful views about entire groups of people is that on an individual level, they are so fucking kind and like sweet. And it's like,
it's a really hard juxtaposition to swallow.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that that's really with like, I felt that with this film too, with a lot of the people that he kind of showcased was that like, that's what he's showing. Like, oh, they say these terrible things, but they're being nice to me because I happen to be here in front of them right now. Like I'm not like an idea that you're disputing about online. I'm a person in front of you. It's just, I don't know. Yeah. It's really, really disturbing.
It can be hard to watch. And the last thing I'd like to point out is that there was a surprising amount of heart in this film, which I did not expect.
Yeah.
And, you know, I have to give it up for the actress who played his daughter, because I remember pointing out specifically with the trailer that I thought that aspect of the film might be poorly done, and it became one of my favorites.
Yeah, it was the best part.
She had no fucking qualms about doing some hilarious shit in front of people she did not know.
Dude.
Like the stuff, you know, was not staged. Like going to do a makeover and pulling up her fucking dress to show the hair sticking out of her fucking underpants. She did some
fertility,
real funny shit.
the fertility dance, dude.
Oh,
Oh my
so
god.
Yeah, dude. I thought she was fucking dynamite, and the whole like not only her and Borat had surprisingly emotional things, but her and the black woman who helps her out, and it's like you got to be your own person. All that stuff was really sweet, and I was turning to my wife and I was like, "That's it. This movie has a lot of horrible people in it, and to show someone like that who's just trying to help a young girl out who she thinks has some wayward views about herself and her body." I was like, that's really heartwarming to see. It's a nice reminder that not everybody in this world is full of shit.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it was also.
I don't know. I mean, yeah. Go ahead.
Sorry, it was also like just an interesting character arc for Borat to see like you know, all that indoctrination, all that. God, what's the word I'm looking for?
Brainwashing.
I mean, I guess for lack of a better word, like all the chauvinistic tendencies he had,
Yeah.
That were kind of like just instilled in him growing up in this place where that was the social norm. To see him like come to a place where he like respects and loves his daughter more than his sons, but more than himself, and is willing to go back and die for her and have her stay and live a happy life in America where she has opportunities aside from living in a cage. Which I know it's ridiculous in context, but I thought that was beautiful. Like it showed character development for a character who I didn't know that I would ever give a shit about. And this movie makes you actually care about him as a character, as opposed to him being a walking catchphrase. And it's the moments with his daughter that make that happen for me. I thought that was really well done.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the very surprising, like emotional cherry on top for me, because I didn't expect that at all from this film, nor did I think I wanted it, and it turned out to be one of my like favorite parts of the film. I think it's just the story arc between those two and their characters, and I think it was very much needed. If he doesn't have someone else to play off of who came from where he came from, you know, much like he had Azamat, I think, in the first film. Yeah. But this time somebody he has an actual emotional connection to.
Dude, oh my god.
Oh, he was dead in the chair.
He was in the chair.
The dick chair.
Yeah.
That's the little schmeckle that won the trophy.
Oh, that was so good.
Oh, man.
No, I agree with you. I think the first one like didn't translate from a television show to a movie as well, where it was still kind of in the format of the show, like individual segments, kind of like in a jarring way thrown together. This one actually had like a cohesive, singular storyline throughout it, and I think I agree. It's funny, like you never thought that you'd be like rooting for a dude like Borat, but when he like goes back and you know, to support her, it's like, oh hell yeah. It was like a feel good moment in a movie you'd never expect to have a feel good moment in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it worked out really well. And I think I don't think I have anything else to say about it. You guys, anything?
That's it.
No?
That's all of it. That's everything.
That's all she wrote.
Everything I have to say about it.
No, I mean, really, nothing else can be said, right? I mean, we've pretty much put the kibosh on the internet conversation about Borat. Too.
I feel like nobody else has anything else to say about it now that we've sort of talked about everything, you know?
Thoroughly routed it. Okay, so that's going to wrap us up, actually. That was our final topic of discussion for today. I would like to once more call to attention that if we've said anything stupid, hashtag fuck TCN. If you'd like to ask us a question, hashtag ask TCN on Twitter. You can also hit us up, questions@thecynicalnerd.com, or on Facebook, send us a message, whatever you'd like to do. Once again, I know I've mentioned it twice already, but we have a Patreon up now, patreon.com/thecynicalnerd, with our first piece of content that was posted yesterday, which is our watch along of the 1990s Witches film. There's going to be another one up next week. It will most likely be Ernest Scared Stupid watch along, because that's
Excellent.
A fantastic idea, right in time for Halloween. And boy, do I remember kind of just on the outside of my consciousness how fucking silly that film is. So I'm looking forward to it.
Derek, what should our paywall be for you to get the tattoo from the ring of Lord of the Rings around your butthole?
Listen. One ring to rule them all and in the darkness.
Yeah.
$1, and I'll get it
$1,
on my ass.
and then can I dress up as Schmeagol and not be able to give up the temptation of putting the ring on?
Wait.
Oh, my precious. I can't put it.
I had a joke, but it's not as good as that one. No, I can't even do it.
All right, boys.
I was gonna say the writing only shows up when he has a hot shit. Like it's just, but you can't.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, but
the writing of
Schmeagol kind of won that one.
The writing, the letters only heat up when he has like a real hot like Taco Bell shit.
Yeah.
The hot diarrhea.
But I'm also that visual for me was like you as Schmeagol, like you have no hair. You're like just
like missing
I'll put
teeth
a ball
and
cap
shit.
on.
Just all like disjointed.
Yeah, scoliosis real bad,
but still with the glasses.
For some reason, you just stalk Derek around his job all day when he's actually at work. And you just try to put your finger in his butt.
Like, Chris, seriously, it's not funny anymore. I'm gonna get fired. Stop.
Just waiting for opportunities for him to like drop a piece of paper. My precious. All right, boys.
No, you can't end it yet. We gotta have to hang for a second.
Oh my god, that was fantastic. my precious. All right, now I'm gonna wrap it. My name is Chris. You can catch me on Twitter and Twitch at TCN, please. That's TCN, like the Cynical Nerd, please. How about you, Scott?
I might stream again someday. Be twitter.tv /swearwolf. That's SWEARWOLFE. Stream like once or twice a month.
Can relate.
Derek, how about you?
And my name is Derek. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Dr. Gloom MD. That's DRGLOOMMD.
Very good. Scott, in all seriousness, you haven't been feeling great, so I hope you're feeling better.
Every day's a nightmare.
Jesus Christ. And on that, we're going to wrap it up. This has been episode 5 of The Cynical Nerd. Thanks for being here. Have a good night, guys.
Thank you, guys.